All right, folks, here we go. It's another Lowdown right here on the Future Stars Wrestling YouTube channel. And back in the studio, I'm so glad to see him, Dino Dinelli, back from your vacation. How are you doing?
Oh, vacation. I don't know if it was a vacation. It was some time I needed away from you, for gosh sakes. But basically, I'm trying to figure out, why would they even tape Lowdown when the infamous one isn't here?
Well, we had Paulie Cover come in.
Oh, yeah, Paulie Cover. That was hilarious. Paulie Cover, Mr. Excitement. You know what a night in the town to Paulie Cover is?
What?
About 9 o'clock at night, he sneezes. And probably 11:30, quarter to 12, he really is up for the night now. He goes into the kitchen and has a drink of water. A sneeze and a drink of water. That's a night on the town for a guy like Paulie Cover. You can't be doing Paulie Cover on my segments from now on. If there's no Dino Dinelli, there's no Lowdown.
Okay.
That'll
work. All right, we got a lot on the show for you. We got some new information about one of our Future Stars wrestlers. Oh, big news. He's all over the place. TMZ, New York Times, I guess you said. He's all over, and you know who I'm talking about. Sean Davari. We're going to talk about it later in the show. We also got your segment with your guy, the one that you really wanted on the show. Sal E is here today.
Well, you know something? It was unnatural. It had to happen. It had to happen eventually that the infamous Dino Dinelli would sit down with Sal E, a man that started a dynasty. And quite candidly, I was one of the doubting Thomases. I didn't think he had it in him. I've known Sal E pretty much his whole life for whatever reason. And the fact of the matter is, this guy comes into FSW. He kind of like took over the family, as it were. And then he went on and did some other business. He got rid of people and brought other people. And suddenly, before you know it, this man is the guide and the tutor for the FSW heavyweight champ.
I mean, it was deliberate. You know, he came in with a purpose, really got it done. He went through a lot of great guys there. He had Modest, he had Mike Delight.
Modest?
Yeah, Mike Modest.
Mike Medicare.
Oh, Medicare.
You keep forgetting. He's now Mike Medicare. That guy is so old. He's got senility all throughout his system. This guy can't figure out anything. That's why I wanted to talk to Sally, because I've had my problems with Sally. I haven't been too happy with this guy, but I got to give the guy credit, for gosh sakes.
No, you
Tyshawn Prince, that he's got the Suburban Commandos.
Oh, yeah, that was the new
He got in their ears. He put a little money under the table there. He did what he had to do, and now he's got the Suburban Commandos, probably the premier tag team in all of FSW history. Yeah. I mean, if you really think about it, that's got to be the truth.
And if you look at it right now, he is poised to even get those straps. I mean, look at what's going down at Sam's Town. It's going to be the Commandos, the Haters, and the Young Bucks all in it together, and two people are walking out with the straps. So he's ready to go. This guy could own all the gold in FSW.
Well, it seems like a pretty natural thing to happen. And I just want to get into his face a little bit. I want to tell Sally some of the things that I think about what he's done here in FSW. But basically, I really can't run the guy down as much as I'd like to, because I got to give the guy kudos. I mean, what is this guy pulled off here?
You give it your best effort.
I mean, he's like, I look at myself 20 years ago and I see Fredo. Not Fredo, what's his name?
Oh, man.
Whatever his name is. Sally, Fredo, whatever. I had a Fredo here at FSW one time, but he didn't really work as Fredo. He was, well, never mind about that.
All right, fans, we also got the straight shoot with the big unit. That's all coming up here on the Lowdown right now. Sit back and enjoy. We'll be right back with you with a little bit more.
Wrestling fans, welcome to another installment of Dino's New York City Diner. And I guess you see the man standing by my side here, and it was just a natural. It was going to happen eventually. A man that I've known all his life. We haven't always seen eye to eye, and we haven't really seen eye to eye at all here at FSW, but I had to have him on because I've promised you fans here on Dino's Diner I'd be asking some of the tough questions, the questions that you people wanted to ask. So I'm going to take a shot right now. Man really doesn't need any introduction here in FSW. He is now, and it really sticks to my craw to have to say this, he is the top manager here in FSW. He has started a dynasty that is increased with leaps and bounds every time he's made another move. And Sally, you really, really did it. We're going to go back in retrospect a little bit since you've been here, but by and large, you are the manager of Tyshawn Prince, the most unstoppable force in FSW history.
You know, Dino Dinelli, for the first time that I can remember, I didn't get sick to my stomach listening to the words that come out of your mouth. That had to be the most beautiful thing you ever said. You said it with such eloquence and grace. I never heard that from you. I'm actually not as mad as I was standing next to you right now. And I got to tell you, I appreciate this Dino's Diner, this transient bus stop, hole in the wall place here. I think I saw cockroaches on the floor, whatever. And the waitress hasn't been by to refill my coffee in 10 minutes. I mean, what are you doing here? I mean, nothing, piece of cake, nothing for me here?
You can't get a Drake's Coffee Cake in Vegas #1.
You're telling me. I came out here. You said, come out here. Come out here. We got nothing. Someone offered me pizza the other day. It was like eating a cardboard box.
Well, if you eat pizza in Vegas, you deserve that. But basically, let's understand something. You know, you're here in FSW. I was all right with the idea they brought you in when I was out for a while. You kind of took over the Elite Extreme wrecking crew that I had here, and then suddenly things started happening. Exactly, you know, you had Mike Medicare, that I call him. I can't stand this blithering idiot. But you had Mike Medicare and Mikey Go For. I mean, exactly what happened that you decided enough was enough with these guys?
You know, coming in here and taking over, Mike Modest, Mike Delight, I have tremendous respect for Mike Modest. He's in a bad way right now, but I learned a lot from that man, and we did a lot of things, but I think you've said it in the past. He's on the way out. He's on the way out. He lost his heart. He lost his drive. Then, I got Mike Delight. I'm cultivating him. I'm training him. We're in the gym every day, and the only thing this kid is excited is running around in a dress like a figurine.
Yeah.
Pardon my language.
Yeah. Well, I got to tell you, Sal. Yeah, go on.
But I had to do what I had to do. I had to do what was right for business. All of a sudden, this skyscraper of a man comes walking into the FSW, Tyshawn Prince. And he's putting them down left and right without even batting an eye. And I says to myself, if I want to go anywhere in this company, that's the man I talk to. We had a meeting. We saw eye to eye. He liked everything I had to say. Next thing you know, we're the champ.
Okay. My question to you.
Yeah.
The man has garnered the strap here in FSW. He's retained it since the day he garnered it. He's going to continue. He's a fighting champion. My question to you that I don't understand, and I've had issues with you guys in the past because he doesn't just get the Duke and beat his opponent and get back to the dressing room and get dressed and leave. He continues to pummel and to try to maim his opponents.
That's proving a point, Dinelli. That's proving a point. That's making a statement. Something that's not done a lot here in this fine organization of ours. Windbags like Rocky T. They need to be shown. They need to be shown what it is to have power and to use it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I know what you're saying, but I'm going to tell you, this attitude that you have, and I know where it comes from. I know where you got that attitude from. And it kind of irritates me now that I look back in retrospect. I'm older, I'm more mature, I'm a little more calm. I'm not the person I was back then. And I only hope that someday, some way, somehow, you'll mature enough to the point where you drop that chip on your shoulder and have that bad attitude all the time. You know, what I want to know from you, let me see how you can answer this question. I want to ask you something that I think all the fans want to know. If Tyshawn Prince is so big, if he's so strong, if he's so rough and so tough, why in the world does he have to resort to the tactics that he resorts to? Why can't he wrestle a clean, scientific match, get the victory, and win the strap that way, and have everybody behind him and be a happy man and a happy soul? Why does he have to resort to these tactics? Why do you have to do everything underhanded, Sal E? What is going on?
I believe it was you that once told me when I was a very young man that a win is a win. It doesn't matter what he's doing. He wins the match, he's proven a point. Okay? Nobody's doing nothing underhanded. This is by the book. This is the science of the business, my friend. You should know. You want to come at me, tell me I'm doing underhanded things? I seem to remember at a very young age a certain man carrying this around and using it very sparingly when he thought it was a good idea. Is that not what you always told me? And now you want to turn it around on me?
That worked for me. Who the hell do you think you are, you snot-nosed little punk kid, that you would go ahead and start etching out a career for yourself on my name? on my actions? What do you think you're doing
Nobody
here?
needs your name. I don't need to associate myself with some broken down suitcase like you. You understand? You're just jealous that I'm doing what you can't anymore. Isn't that right? Huh?
Yeah, I can't. I carry this cane, and I carry it proud. But you walk around with some ugly, disgusting-looking cane that you think makes something of you. It makes nothing of you. This is my moniker. People see the red, white, and green cane, they know who I am and who's there. That cane that you have, what are you even carrying a cane? Why don't you go get yourself a golf club?
You know what? I don't need a cane. I don't need a whistle. I don't need a fancy mug, because my dynasty speaks for itself. Tyshawn Prince, the Suburban Commandos, and who knows who's
Wait a
next.
second. Mr. Cameraman, don't tell us to wrap it up. We'll keep going as long as we want. Go on. I want to hear what you have to say. Finish saying what you have to say so we can get the hell out of here.
That's the proof, my friend. Because I got the biggest and the toughest and the scariest in this organization. And I am not going to stop till every single belt is in my hands. FSW, it's time for a takeover. Vegas Originals, Hater Nation, Gorgeous and Young, Remy Marcel, I don't care who. You step up, we're going to knock you down. Oh, and Alcatraz, please, do me a favor. Retire, okay? Go home. Hang out with your family. Relive the last few of your remaining years. You want a casket match at Sam's Town? Let me tell you something, my friend. I got some very important friends that specialize in just sort of that thing. Caskets, holes, shovels. You want another piece?
Enough of this. Enough of this. Sally, it was nice talking to you. You're going off the deep end here.
Yeah, okay.
You don't make threats like that. Just get out of here. I'm tired of you.
You know what? Hey, Dino.
Yeah, right. Yeah. You try to teach this kid from his beginning of his life to be something, and he has to just teach the teacher, as it were. And you know something? I'm glad I had him here. I've heard enough of what he had to say. It's just a bunch of gibberish. New York City gibberish, what makes it worth listening to, but a bunch of gibberish. Anyway, next time on Dino's Diner, I guarantee you I'm going to have another really interesting guest. So tune in every week right here to Dino's New York City Diner on FSW Lowdown.
All right, there you go. Dishing it out with Sal E. That was a great interview. You know, you have got a masterful technique, Dino.
That's the infamous Dino Danelli. That's what brought everything to where it is right now here in FSW.
Well, you know.
Sal E, he has a piece of the pie now, and I'm going to tell you something. If I was Sal E coming up at Sam's Town, I'd give Tyshawn Prince the night off.
Well, he can't. He's in a casket match, you know. I mean,
Give him the night off. It's a holiday, for God's sakes. What are you doing? Make the guy work hard.
well, he's got to. He's got to represent Future Stars of Wrestling for the man,
That's
Joe
what's up.
DeFalco.
He's
You know that?
representing. I get it.
Yeah.
I understand. All right. Tyshawn Prince will be in the main event at Sam's Town.
That's right. And the title's on the line. We're going to see if Alcatraz has enough to get back into the gold area right there, see if he can get that back on his waist. Maybe, maybe not. We don't know. But the best thing about it is it's going to be live right there, Sam's Town, October 20th. That's a Saturday, all right? Showtime's at 7 o'clock, so get on down there early. Doors open at 6:30. Get down there for great seats and a great time. As a matter of fact, look at the matches going on. You got Alcatraz and Tyshawn going for it right there, and it's in a casket, all right? Whoever gets locked in the casket loses. That's awesome. Then we got the three-way going on. This is the one I really want to pay attention to. The haters, all right? They want the straps back. The Young Bucks, they got the straps. And Sal E's Suburban Commandos, they're going to be back. And wow, I mean, can one ring hold all three of those guys? I mean, it's going to be devastating, man.
Well, you talk about Alcatraz first and foremost. Casket match, perfect for Alcatraz, because I always felt when I was his manager, he was nothing more than dead weight.
Oh, man.
All right? And when you talk about...
Did you manage him when he was the champ?
It doesn't matter when I manage him. If I manage him, he had a strap around him. That's all that matters. Whether I was his manager at the time or his manager before that, I taught him everything he knew until he wrestled Tyshawn Prince. I try to tell him, don't do it, brother. Don't do it. But he had to go and wrestle Tyshawn Prince. The guy can't be stopped.
Yeah, in
it's
a cage,
impossible.
too.
And then you talk about the Hater Nation. Now, why don't you tell everybody exactly about the Hater Nation. They are now the newly popular Hater Nation. The fans are cheering these blithering idiots.
They love the antics, I think. I mean, Leon's quite the showman. Legacy, easily the best wrestler in the group. He is the stump, shall we say, which everybody springboards off of, but he's the one that's really seriously taking care of business. And then Sugar Brown, now on the other hand, there's some friction there, because Sugar Brown, I don't think he likes the good guy thing. He was a good guy and he had to get away from it, the equal, the sweet and low.
Well, Jack, the fact of the matter is, and I've said this to you 1,000 times, it doesn't matter if the fans boo or cheer as long as they do something. If the fans, for whatever reason, feel that they want to cheer the Hater Nation now, then go for it, do it. They haven't changed one bit. Yeah. Legacy, when I was managing Mike Medicare a couple of years back, for God's sakes, this is the one guy we were more concerned about when he was a singles wrestler. Right. We just knew as long as he was hanging out with what's that guy with that freaky guy, that funny bone guy. No. We knew as long as he was with him, he would never go under the strap against us. But once he got away from him, we were a little concerned. I think Legacy is one of the great talents here in FSW, and it's going to be really hard to get anyone to be able to beat this guy or his team, the Hater Nation, the very popular Hater Nation.
Very popular. Now, you know who else is popular? I got to tell you, is the enemies of the state. Now, for all the wrong reasons, all right? These are bad men, but something just happened, and fans, we were talking about it earlier. It's all over the news. You can check it out on TMZ, and even Dino told me it was in the New York Times right there. The guy, Sean Davari, on a train, passenger gets unruly, starts attacking other passengers. Cops aren't coming. I mean, they're ringing the bell, doing the whole thing. Sean jumps in, chokes him out, puts him off the train. Boom, hero.
Yes, he was. And I'll tell you, the way I read it, it was the Daily News in New York yesterday, a couple of days ago by the time this airs. But the fact of the matter is, he didn't do anything that was really out of line. He didn't start going crazy, ballistic on the guy. He just did enough to subdue the guy, to get him off the other passengers, and he really ended up calming down a real volatile situation. Sean Davari, regardless of what your politics are, you proved to me you are a real man out there, because you really went to bat when it counted for people that needed your help. So once again, we bring it up again, whether the fans boo you or cheer you, to me, you will always be a hero because you helped people that were innocent that needed help.
Yeah.
Kudos to Sean Davari. Seriously, kudos.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, you look at the enemies of the state. Now, did you see that guy who came in last time with the big shiner? The Jefe came in, big old black guy. And did you hear how that happened? It was after the last show, ends up crazy. He ends up in the same bar with Alcatraz. Now, Alcatraz had gotten there a little bit earlier, and maybe a little saucy, had a few pints of the brewskis, and ends up he punches him dead in the eye. Pap! It's a big shiner right there. So they're going to throw it out here. I can't wait to see that match. It's coming up. As a matter of fact, it's coming up at the FSW Arena. So, fans, you got to get down here and check that out. If you don't see it live, make sure you watch it on TV. It'll be on High Octane on the CW every Saturday night, 2 a.m., I can't wait to get into it. We got another segment here of the Straight Shoot with the Big Unit. Let's get on into it. The biggest man in wrestling, the biggest mouth, the Big Unit with the Straight Shoot. Let's get on to it, Dino.
Hasn't he resigned yet? For God's sake.
Oh, man.
Sick of this blithering idiot.
When I grow up, I'm gonna be a star. Gonna sing my songs and play my guitar. I'm ready. Gonna change the world. Gonna turn the page. Gonna say what I feel.
Thank you, Mr. Slammy. This is Big Unit, Straight Shooting, another week. And I love it. You guys are actually listening to me and sending in questions and letting me know what you guys want to hear and talk about. So I got another question for you. Let's see here. Mr. Unit, thank you for the respect. I've been a wrestling fan for years, and I'm thinking of making the transition and getting trained. However, I'm not sure where to start. I guess my question is, how can you tell if a wrestling school is a good one or a crappy one? Hank from Bullhead City, Arizona. Well, Hank, another great question. Myself, I was trained by the WWE Hall of Famer, the mighty Yokozuna. And anybody that knows anything about wrestling knows that Yokozuna did it all. I mean, he started out indies, worked his way up, was trained. I mean, he came from a family of wrestling. So I knew when I wanted to get into the wrestling business, I knew that, okay, Yokozuna's training out here in Vegas. He has amazing experience, so that's a good wrestling school to go to. FSW, you're in Arizona, so FSW isn't too far away. There's great trainers here. Michael Modest, I mean, the guy's done everything in the business. He's took over Japan, trained everybody from John Morrison to the Great Khali to cheerleader Melissa. I mean, the guy goes on and on. WCW he wrestled. I mean, his resume is huge. So once again, and then there's also guys that come in and out of here. Paul London, Brian Kendrick, Davari, Raven has been through here. So there's a lot of guys that know a lot about this business. So basically what I'm telling you is make sure that the wrestling company, that the wrestling school offers somebody that actually knows what they're doing in this business and actually has done something in this business. Because there's too many wrestling companies out there that, oh yeah, this guy, he's been on the indie scene for 12 years and he'll train you how to be a wrestler. Well, there's a reason why he's been on the indie scene for 12 years. That's usually how it goes. There's a reason why he's still on the indie scene. You want to be trained by somebody that can teach you how to get to that next level. Because it drives me nuts when I meet people in this business and they're like, I never want to go to WWE. I don't want to go to WWE. I just do it for fun. You're a liar. If you're in this business, you want to make it to WWE. If you want to be a professional wrestler, the only way to become a professional wrestler to make money is to go to WWE. You can go to TNA, but to make actually life-changing money in this business, WWE. So stop saying that because it's stupid. Nobody believes it. So if somebody is a trainer at a wrestling school, they need to be able to say that they've done more than you starting out. Because nobody gets into this business saying, I want to be an independent wrestler. Nobody says that. They say, I want to be a professional wrestler. I've covered this before. A professional is something that you do and you make money at it. Tony Hawk didn't say, I want to skate around mall parking lots for the rest of my life. No, he wanted to be a pro skateboarder, and that's what he does. He gets paid to skateboard. Any wrestler. Bret Hart didn't start out saying, yeah, I want to wrestle in Calgary for the rest of my life. That's it. That's all I want to do. No, he went where the money was, and he went to WWE. So if you're going to look up a wrestling school, and that's truly what you want to do is get into this business, be prepared. Know who you are before you get into it. Know what you want to do before you get into it. But make sure that the school offers you something more than just to learn how to wrestle. Make sure they can teach you how to make it in this business, how to get contacts in this business, how to get out of the wrestling school. You don't want to be there 10 years later still wrestling in the same little school that you started in. Get out there, make a name for yourself, show people what you can do, because say a wrestling school says, be trained to be a professional wrestler by, Joe Schmo. And if you don't know who he is, don't sign up. If you know the guy that's training that school and you know what he's done, sign up. That's the best advice I can give you is don't pay an arm and a leg either. If somebody truly has a passion for this business, they're not going to charge you like crazy just to be part of the school. And make sure it's a good facility, good ring, good opportunities. Make sure they run shows, so you can get your name out there. So you're not just sitting there week after week just training with no experience. Because anybody can train to be a wrestler, but you have to be in front of a crowd to actually learn how to wrestle. Because the crowd is who you have to work with. If you're out there doing move after move after move after move, and the crowd is just sitting there staring at you, you're not doing anything right. So I hope I answered your question. That's the best way. Just make sure, check the credibility, make sure you can get somewhere if that's truly what you want to do. And that's the best advice I can give you. Till next time, straight shooting with the big unit. Keep those questions coming on the YouTube channel, and I'll try to answer them as best as I can. Till next time.
Become the next future star of wrestling. The #1 school in the Southwest offers the best opportunity for anyone looking to break into the wrestling business. Train to be a wrestler, announcer, manager, or ref with head trainer Mike Modest, the man who trained the Great Khali, Spike Dudley, Crash Holly, and John Morrison. Guest trainers, affordable pricing, weekly kids class. Live the dream. Sign up today. Easily located at 6658 Boulder Highway. Call 742-8770.
Do you have what it takes to be the next future star of wrestling?
Come see us today. All right, there you go. The big unit with a whole mouthful of baloney just for you. He'll be back next week. I can't wait. Don't you love it, Dino? He's a knowledgeable individual.
Yeah, he's a bitter, knowledgeable individual. I can't take away the knowledge that he has. I mean, he's been around professional wrestling for how many inches? I mean, how many years, excuse me.
Wow.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, he's always got a chip on his shoulder about something, so regardless. And I'll tell you the truth, quite straight, I want to have him on my show one time. I think it's something that really needs to be done. We have been feuding since the Ultimate Wrestling Federation that was owned by Rush some 15 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
We have been feuding. We're pretty much like, coexisting here right now in FSW, but I think it would be a great idea to get together on Dino's Dino or me go on the straight shoot and let's talk some real stuff here in FSW.
No, it sounds good to me, man. We're going to get that.
I don't know if DeFalco will allow it, but...
No, that's the great thing about the Lowdown.
It doesn't have anything to do with DeFalco. You know that...
That's your buddy, right?
Let me tell you, his own wife, the illustrious Deborah DeFalco said to me, Dino, would you please take Joe out clothes shopping? This guy doesn't have a clue of what style is.
Well, anybody who's ever, that's why he's a commentator and they don't have a camera.
All right,
on
so
it.
she didn't really say that. Basically, she said to me, Dino, I like your shirt. But, you get it.
Any help you can get. Please, someone get Joe a nice new shirt. That would help. That would cheer him up a whole lot. Fans, you got to get down here. The live shows is where it's at for the Future Stars of Wrestling. The big one coming up October 20th, right there at Sam's Town. The card is huge. All right, you got Kenny King, you got Sean Davari, you got the Young Bucks, the Hater Nation, Tyshawn, Prince, the Champion, Alcatraz, people coming out of the woodwork there. It's going to be an awesome show. I know we already got 10 matches on the card. There might be more. Fans, you got to get down there early and get great seats. Also, Dino will be in the ring, and oh, don't you love to see Dino in the ring with a microphone?
What else can I do, brother? Anything I can do to pitch in here to FSW? I'm never for a loss of words.
No.
Give me a microphone and
Well, there was that one time. No.
Well, you saw what was going on there. I couldn't help it. I had to, I was speechless.
No,
my mouth became dry.
That was the day the earth stood still, when Dino was speechless. You know the world's going to end if you don't have words.
I like the Rocky Horror Picture Show instead.
Oh, man.
The earth stood still. I mean,
Do you like it? Well, it's all the fishnets on the guys. I'm sure that's what it was. You in that New York state of mind.
No, I just figured you would be a sweet transvestite.
Oh, no. I'm a little more meatloafy.
Oh, my.
Fans, you got to tune in. We'll be back with the
Paradise by the dashboard.
We'll be back with the Lowdown on the YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe.
Yeah, that was Phil Rizzuto in that
right
song.
up here. It says
New
subscribe.
York Yankees announcer.
Make sure you
New York.
subscribe. Then
New
you'll
York
know when the
State of
Lowdown
Mind.
comes out. Also, check out High Octane and Adrenaline Rush on the same channel. Hey, it's Dino Dinelli. It's Jack Slammy. And we'll be back with the Lowdown real soon.
This is a Mirage shirt, and I just realized that if I wear it on TV, I can declare it.
Oh, well, there you go.
You want more jokes?
That's bloopers.
Jokes I got. You don't know why Mike Tyson's so confused?
Why?
Well, think about it. I mean, he beats his wife, and he eats his opponents. Jack, would I ever come down here and do something perfect? I mean, if you think I would, then talk to DeFalco. Another blithering idiot here. If I want to talk about DeFalco, bring him up.
Now I'm kissing his ass. I'm going to say it twice.
Yeah, I love it because I'm at work and all the other employees. Oh, can I have some of that manicotti?
Got some of that ricotta cheese. Ricotta.
I'll have 2 of them tacos and 1 of them burritos.
And a QA's Dillard.